This is a public declaration establishing the newly founded existence of the religious Universalist spiritual organization, who are an optimistic, secretive, spiritual organization that offer all of its members the most honest and intelligent, conclusive answers to all of the big questions that are posed to us at some time in our life. The religious Universalist spiritual organization members are forbidden to impose any of their beliefs onto another person, and are forbidden to speak of their belief in the possibility of the three most important human accomplishments which they believe will eventually be achieved in the radically distant future. They are, however, expected to participate in and always improve on their ability to create legitimate spiritual connections with the dead through the use of technology. They are the guardians and providers of every online afterlife community known to be in existence. It is the job of every member within the religious Universalist spiritual organization, in most cases, it is not, advocate legitimate spiritual connections with the dead, through the combined use of ceremony, religious ceremony, modern digital video recording technology, and prayer. The RUSO utilize these religious combinations of charisma and, as time passes, always update and refine their ability to enable communication with the dead with newer and more improved technologies of the future. The role taken on by the religious Universalist spiritual organization is to create virtual, interactive ghosts of people who exist inside of an online afterlife community. They are the architects of online afterlife communities for every major religion known to the world. These interactive ghosts or members of the online afterlife community are then made available to those they have left behind, the living, for the purposes of continuing on the ability to communicate spiritual connections with them beyond the grave. Those who become members of an online afterlife community must make ceremonious video recordings of themselves, creating responses to many questions that differ based on whatever religion that their online afterlife community represents. Video recording themselves performing their favorite activities. Recording themselves saying a prayer while still alive. Intentionally provide a window for haunting the viewer. Recording themselves describing how they envision their afterlife experience should be. Basically doing everything that they can do to enable a legitimate spiritual haunting to occur as they become more and more of an online interactive ghost who is forever living on inside of one of these online afterlife communities. The religious Universalist spiritual organization recognizes intelligence itself to be a characteristic that belongs to a god, and because of this, we believe that the always evolving human race could one day be capable of possibilities that should only belong to a god. The religious Universalist spiritual organization's core message to all people is that technology will one day prevail as God, and eventually unite all religions by organizing and establishing the afterlife options of its followers. And we must protect and ensure that humanity successfully learns to peacefully coexist and persist long enough into a far-reaching and distant future, that it arrives to a predicted period of time during the evolution of the human race which is simply called the Age of Human Resurrections. This can be reached by the human race and is a consequence that is believed can occur when radically vast and distant periods of time are crossed, allowing for a more advanced evolution of our intelligence and technology to grow. As members of the religious Universalist spiritual organization, we worship the notion that we're the people responsible for arranging communication with the dead, and that mankind will one day acquire the ability to time travel, perform human resurrections, and one day outsmart the death of our sun. The religious Universalist spiritual organization encourages all of their followers to seek out legitimate cosmic, supernatural experiences acquired through the use of thought experimentation, hypnosis, and even ritualistic states of trance. To be a member of religious Universalist spiritual organization, one must believe in and worship the idea that mankind will one day be capable of time travel, performing human resurrections, and ultimately, successfully escape from the death of our Son, and acknowledge all of these future accomplishments to be the very point of life for all human existence. The religious Universalist spiritual organization believes that every religious organization contains combinations of charisma which harness supernatural energy and dictate global political, social influences, and that they only exist because of mankind's ability to one day become capable of time travel, human resurrections, and the ability to one day escape the death of our Son. Members of the religious Universalist spiritual organization do not believe in what the holy books, found in all the world's religions, tell them to believe. However, they borrow the traditions, ceremonies, and different forms of prayer and meditation used by these religions and incorporate them with the always evolving technologies of modern-day society for the purposes of intentionally haunting the living with the recorded ceremonies of the dead. The religious Universalist spiritual organization believes that they will be the architects of every religious organization's online afterlife experience, and the afterlife experiences belonging to their followers via the use of future technologies, and the creation of virtual, interactive ghosts who host an existence inside of online afterlife communities. These communities will one day be referred to as the Omni-Web.
Esse sed publicam declarationem constituendis conditae per existentia religiosi universalis spirituales organization quis unat optimistic, secreta, spiritualis organizatione qui offerre omnia eius membra probissimi e intelligenas judicatam. Responsis omnibus de magnus questiones quae dentalem aliquando nobis nostra, religiosorum universalisat spirituales organization membra vetanciur imponit opinionis eurande monto, alius persona, e vetanciur loquideorum fide impossibilitatem tres primarium hominis elegantiam ac quam credunatmos eventuali confecturum sit, in radicaliter distanat futurum sunat tamen expectatur, participenat semper ampio superiorum potestas creo legittima spiritualis connexiones cum mortuis, per usum technologi. Custodes sunat omnes praebenat lorem interitum civitatis esse cognoscitur, im officium est, cuius ac membri intrareligiosi universalisat spirituales organization ad advocationem legitima, spiritualis connexiones cum mortuis, per compositarum usum, ceremonia, sacrorum religione moderni digital video recording technology, eurationem, in RUSO utilitas illi religiosi combinationes charisma, et tempus per transeat semper ac date. Colabit faculta eorum enable communication cum mortuorum cum nuere magis amplio technologies de futuris munus ceperunat super by religiosorum universalisat spirituales organization est, creare virtualis, interactive manes of populus qui sunat insideo ven online interitum communitatis sunat, architecti online interitum communitatum promni major religionotum mundi. Interactive larvae membra online interitum communitatis fiunat. Tunac no availabula deus quibus relicta post vivio busum per gentes ac facultatem communicare. Spiritualis